Boyfriend sided with my parents after they told me I am getting too heavy. I'm 25. He's 24. We're about 2.5 years into our relationship. My parents have always been on me about my weight. And because they really never changed up their lecture, it's easy to block out. They decided to make what could have just been a nice day hanging out with them into a referendum on my weight. They came for a visit and launched right into, "You're heavier than when we last saw you." So, my day was shot. When they left, I turned to my boyfriend, hoping to get some empathy, some love, some support. Instead I got, "They aren't wrong. You should look into losing weight." He tried to do a little, "I love you but" thing to, I guess, lighten the blow. But it didn't feel authentic. So, now I feel like I have nobody on my side who loves and supports me. How do I deal with my boyfriend especially moving forward? So first up, parents are in the wrong from what information we have. Tell them to talk more respectfully. They can worry about health in a more polite manner. Your comments though, you lump your BF in with them as disrespectful and against you after one well-mannered comment. You say diet and exercise doesn't last long and try to downplay your weight by comparing it to worse weight. I'm sorry, but you need some therapy. You're not mentally dealing with any of this in a healthy way. Possibly because of poor emotional support from your parents. Or just because you had a healthy outlet. But absolutely seek therapy and stick to a health plan a GP sets for you. I'm a heavy person too. I know what it's like to hear people constantly chime in about your weight. My parents, especially my mother, pretty much takes every meal as an opportunity to tell me to lose weight. It is so fucking annoying, but at the same time, I know she's not wrong with her concern. I know she says it out of love and it makes me want to scream, cry and run away every time she does, but I remind myself she's not wrong just so that I don't rebel against her and do something rebellious and dumb. I have nobody on my side who loves and supports me. Look, there's no information about your stats. So we have zero idea how heavy you really are. Sure, you could be slightly chubby, and your parents' BF would be toxic. But you could also be overweight, obese, and your parents could be rightfully very concerned. When you love someone, you are honest with them. You can support someone and still say something that's uncomfortable. When was the last time you got a checkup at your GP? You are surrounded by people who actually love you. Why not listen to them? By which I mean, have you considered actually losing weight? Since literally everyone who cares about you thinks you should. Sometimes the solution is brutally obvious. More info is required. I'm not for body shaming or anything like that. But there are people who are at weights that negatively affect their health and call others fat-phobic for being worried about them. That being said, if your parents have always made comments like this, it's understandable to have a negative reaction to those types of conversations, and a possible aversion to any suggestion of anything related to your weight, diet, exercise, etc. I think the biggest issue here is that it's very black or white for you. It's either with you or against you. You may see your parents as against you, but you can't say your boyfriend isn't on your side just for agreeing with them. A support system is someone who tells you what you need to hear. You pick someone and trust in them to have your best interest at heart. If you trust him and he agrees with them, maybe it's in your best interest to listen. Unless you just want someone to agree with everything you say and do. In which is not a support system but is a good way to become an echo chamber of bad decisions and opinions. Like I said, a lot more info is required. Is the AVG body weight for your height 25 pounds lighter than you are? Because that's not an issue. But if you're pushing 300, that's a completely different story. Also, just to add, I know it seems like a dick move to leave someone for their weight, but it is a completely legitimate reason to leave a relationship. Sexual attraction is a huge part of relationships, especially in the mid-20s. Maybe have a discussion to see where he's coming from. Whether he just wants you to be healthy or he's losing that attraction towards you. It'll help you decide how to move forward. But he would not be in the wrong for either of those things. If all these people are telling her she needs help and giving her hard facts and advice and she responds by brushing it all off and continuing to villainize her parents' boyfriend, then this post was never meant for advice. It was posted for validation, support. Which is fine. You do need support. The problem is you're viewing that support as talking down to you. If you are overweight, you shouldn't expect your boyfriend to lie to you about it. You are heavy. You need to lose weight. He was honest. You said you feel like you have nobody on your side. It sounds like you are the only one not on your side. You need to woman up and take personal accountability and responsibility for your health. They love you, and you need to love yourself by taking your health more seriously. Of course, they don't support you being unhealthy. If you want support, then make a goal. Work towards it, and I'm sure they will all rally behind you. As far as dealing with your boyfriend, it wouldn't be unreasonable to gently request more sensitivity from him regarding the subject. You could ask your parents as well. Let them all know what they can do instead to support you in your health journey. If you decide that this isn't important to you and it's not something you want to work on, I would let your partner know as soon as possible so that you're on the same page. If that's a deal breaker for him, I don't think he's wrong for that. Well, that depends. If you're looking for comfort in Reddit, I'm not gonna give that to you. If you truly are overweight to a point that it's a health concern, then yeah, you should really lose weight. Judging by how they say it, it sounds pretty mean. Seeing your height and weight. It is an unhealthy weight. Not trying to be rude OFC. Parents can be brutal and pretty fucked up about things without thinking twice about it. So I would just say you can't do much about that. As for your boyfriend, if he said it in a mean way as if it's extremely easy to lose weight and that you should do so pretty soon, that would be pretty messed up. But no one knows how our relationship is and how you guys communicate. But you should make it clear to him how it makes you feel. And even ask him if he can help you start to lose weight. If he seems unsupportive and doesn't really care, that's a red flag for me TBH. I'm guessing you must have been a bigger girl for a while. I think your parents are concerned, but they keep bringing it up and it's making you upset. Have you spoke to them about how you feel? Do they know this? Reading your comments, you're trying to justify that you could be bigger or they should love you at any size. That mindset is unhealthy. Because when you get to 300 pounds, you will be saying, well, I could be bigger. I could be reading it wrong, but none of it sounds like it's meant as an attack. IDK him much you weigh, but maybe they're concerned about your health. So what are you looking for? Someone to tell you a lie? I have a friend that I haven't seen in years come to visit me. As he was leaving, he gave me a hug and said quietly in my ear, lose some weight. It made me angry. I don't even want to see him again. I know that I'm overweight. You don't need to whisper in my ear that I am. Look, they love you and are trying to help save your life. And quite honestly, you need to get over it. I saw in the comments you said you were 5 feet 6 and 221 pounds. Later I saw you say, they act like I'm 300 pounds. You are nearly 300 pounds. You are obese. They want you to lose weight so that you do not die due to obesity or suffer severe health consequences. It may be harsh, but sometimes we need someone to push us like this to be better. I wouldn't want to see my loved one killing themselves with food either. How do you deal with your boyfriend? Say, "Thank you for caring about me enough to bring up your concerns about my weight. I will go talk to my doctor and find a weight loss plan so that I can be healthy, and do just that." There is no health at every size when you are obese. The same would apply if you were incredibly underweight. I'm sorry, but you have to realize they do support and love you. Until you realize that you're going to be miserable, and it will be all because of your mindset. Is your boyfriend being honest? Maybe he's wanted to say something and you provided the opportunity by asking for his opinion. Uncomfortable conversations like this can hurt, but it doesn't necessarily make it wrong. Your problem is you have never set boundaries with them. From this day forward, any talk of your weight is off limits. You don't need their help. You must set this boundaries, because if you don't, it will never stop and will have negative effects on your life. Anytime they bring up your weight, if you are with them, you leave. If they are at your home, you demand they leave. If you are at their home, you leave. On the phone, you say bye and hang up. Do it every time until it stops. With your boyfriend, you tell him if he ever says anything to that effect again, he can leave and don't come back. You must be serious and mean it on all of them. If you don't set this boundaries, it will never stop. Perhaps you should maybe lose some weight? I'm sorry their delivery was harsh or mean, but depending on how heavy you actually are, they probably aren't in the wrong to encourage you to lose weight. Your boyfriend was being honest. Just because he's your boyfriend does mean he's obligated to side with you in everything. From what it sounds like, he just agreed that you have gained weight. He didn't call you a fat cow or a slob or whatever other insult out there. He simply agreed that you've added some weight. Frankly, your post lacked quite a bit of details for an authentic analysis. You've just said, "My parents have always said I am overweight and told me recently I've gained even more weight. My boyfriend didn't side with me." Why do you think he should have sided with you? Maybe he felt if he did side with you, it would encourage you to continue to be unhealthy. The way I see it, it doesn't matter if you are overweight or not. The way they are going about their encouragement is harmful to you, not helpful. It might be a good idea to decide on some boundaries the way you want to be communicated with when it comes to your weight. If there are ways they can encourage you, you can tell them how to do that. Sis, listen. If you're gaining excessive amount of weight that is noticeable, I'd heed their advice. They're your family and partner. They have all the right to say that cause they care or love you or not. That could lead to so many health conditions. Not even underlying health conditions, straight up. IDK how much you're gaining, but sis, keep yourself healthy. If I was gaining weight, I'd hope and pray to God my parents or someone would tell me.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.